All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. After watching Cal, very impressed with their team. A lot of credit goes to Justin Wilcock and his staff. They've got their kids playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of effort right now. Two really impressive wins over North Carolina and Ole Miss to start off with. Offensively, have been impressed with Ross Bowers. I think the kid does a really nice job in their RPO game, which is a huge part of their system, and has some great accuracy down the field vertically. I know Trey Watson has been a big loss for them. You know, we've known Trey for a while, and very talented back, but Patrick Laird has kind of come in and really settled things down for them in the run game, averaging 7.5 a carry. You know, with Robertson out, they have a host of receivers that they go to, and really Wharton and Noah have done a really nice job of picking up the pace there for them there. Defensively, we're going to face another 3-4 unit like we faced last week, and you know, that defensive front is a stout one again. We've known Looney for a long time, redshirt senior, quick twitch kid that has a knack for playing in other people's backfield, and with that 3-4 defense, you know, it helps those linebackers free up and get open. And with Downs and Davidson, I think they do a tremendous job. Those two kids are leading them in tackles, sacks, and tackles for loss. So very, very good defense. Injury-wise, we held Rasheem today. Liam was able to go. We got good, significant work out of him. Marlon was able to go today. We got significant work out of him. We held Ajane. Giuliano came back and got work. Porter we held. John Houston got limited work early. Chuma actually is a lot better than he was this time last week. He got significant work. Ronald just got limited work in warm-up only, and then we pulled him. We held Joseph Lewis. We held Stephen Mitchell. Michael Pittman got significant work, and Pi Young got limited work. So with that, I'll answer any questions that you got.
What's your level of concern with all the guys out? It seems like that's a longer injury list than usual.
Yeah, you know, I was talking about this on the media conference the other day. You know, if it was a year ago, I'd be really worried right now. We stayed healthy with our ones last year, but I look at our depth right now and I see guys like Christian Rector going in, and Wale going in, and Connor Murphy going in, making plays. Even Tyler Vaughn's is starting to show life, making 4 big catches for us in the game the other day. So, you know, our twos are stepping up. Now, if we had a couple more injuries in this game, now I'm going to get worried. But I think we have adequate numbers, and have a lot of faith in the guys that have stepped up, especially in that last game. I was just bragging on Christian Rector to our team. You never know when your opportunity is going to come, and he made the most of it the other night.
Man, when did Stephen Mitchell hurt?
Stephen Mitchell got hurt on the last drive, I believe. He got a little bit of a groin injury that has flared up and is hurting right now. So we'll see where he is later.
Speaking of making the most of it, your true freshmen have been doing just that. Stephen Carr, and then some kid that no one knew much about, who ends up, you know, coming big time, clutch at the end of that game.
Yeah, you know, Stephen's been doing a wonderful job. He doesn't act like a freshman. You know, he's you always can tell the way they look in the huddle. You know, you look at their eyes and you basically see, yeah, that one's ready, that one's ready. Oh, there's the big deer in the headlights. And in Stephen's case, in the first 3 games, he's just had a blast. Yeah, I don't know if there's a kid having more fun that's out there and doing a really, really nice job. And then, you know, you talk about Chase, and to be in that moment, not once but twice, and the look he had in his eyes, there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to make the kick. I actually shook his hand and said, hey, congratulations, you're getting ready to make this thing and win it for us. And he just goes out there and drills it like it's nothing. So credit to those 2 kids. Again, 2 kids that when their time came, they made the most.
Is there special preparation with a true freshman? Special talks or anything that needs special preparation that goes into it so that they're ready for their time?
No, you know, I think everybody's light just comes on just a little bit differently. And in Stephen's case, it was kind of like an Adoree Jackson or Juju Smith, and Nelson Aguilar, Robert Woods. It just, he stepped on the field and he was ready. And then there's guys it takes a couple games, and I started to see that with Tyler the other night, that he looked more comfortable. Started seeing it with Joseph Lewis. It started to look more comfortable. So it all takes time. Sometimes it's 1 day, sometimes it's 100 days, but everybody's different.
Why were you confident enough in a freshman running back like Stephen Carr to be able to call his number in a late drive on a kind of
pass on the field?
I've always thought that as a coach, you have to trust the people that are around you. If you put them out on the field, that means you trust them, so don't be scared to call a play. It's a play that he's practiced a lot out here. It's a play that was designed for both Velus and for Steven. We actually had the play called with Velus, and he was out there, and Texas called timeout, and we actually switched Steven, thinking we might get a different call from him. Put Steven in there, and they actually checked it looked like the split safety, and had a one-on-one matchup with the Mike, and Steven did his job. So I've always believed in trust your kids, and they'll get the job done for you. You're the coach, you've trained them, you better trust them. So,
Clay, after you were hired as the head coach, you had some personnel decisions to make, and Justin was one of the people affected by that. How difficult was it to kind of go through that with him?
Yeah, it was really hard because he had done a great job. I mean, Justin's a great coach. He's a defensive, brilliant-minded coach. For us, it was just a different in philosophy. I'm a strong believer, as you know, with our defense now in 4 down. And Justin was a 3-4 guy. I knew I could only be the head coach at USC one time, and kind of knew what I wanted. But I have utmost respect for Justin as a coach, as a person, and obviously everywhere he's been successful. Wisconsin, did a heck of a job, and now he's at Cal 3-0. So credit to him, he's a good ball coach.
Do you guys maintain any contact since then?
Just our relationship in our Pac-12 meetings. It's light and cordial, and we have a lot of respect for each other. We fought through a hard time together, going through a season, and so when you do that, you've had a man in your foxhole. You have a respect for each other.
Do you find it harder to face coordinators that you worked with? Is that harder for a head coach than other games?
Yeah, you kind of know each other, and you wonder what wrinkle he's going to throw. He's probably thinking what wrinkle we're going to throw in there. And we've practiced 2 years against each other, and he's doing a lot of similar things that he did when he was here, him and Coach DeRuiter. But you also see some wrinkles that he picked up from Wisconsin, and it looks like a couple wrinkles that Coach DeRuiter had from Fresno that we saw in the Vegas Bowl. So it's kind of been a nice mixture, and it's really kept people off base, to be honest with you.
Darnold, generally speaking, hasn't run as much as he did a year ago when he first got the job. And I was wondering if there was a reason why he kind of tapered off a little bit.
I think he's doing a better job, Adam, of keeping his eyes downfield, to be honest with you. I think he's creating more early than he did last year. Last year at the beginning of when he first went in, we all remember he would it was 1, 2, 3, oh, it's not there, and he would take off running. And one, there's a health issue to begin with, and then two, it could lead to turnovers. Like he had a couple turnovers. He learned ball security. He learned when to run and when not to. He ran a couple times last night for Saturday night for big first downs. But I think he's doing a lot better job of keeping his eyes downfield and finding open receivers. That's what good quarterbacks do, and I love to see that progression that he's had.
It looked like, did he get beat up more in that game than he had before?
He got hit a couple times. That was a good defensive front that was zone pressure and a lot. And we can get 5 men out. We can 6-man protect. We can 7-man protect. Depending on where we are and what we're going to do with the passing game, he's responsible to get the ball out hot or reslide the protection, and has done a really nice job at that. We had a physical beat by a rookie the other night that got to him, a couple of times he was hot, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They take the hit, they launch the ball, whether you got to jump past it, where you got to get hit, whatever it is, you find a way to get it to the individual.
Do one more.
Things to watch out for, things that you were focusing on for the game against Cal.
Really, trying to, I'm hoping that we can create more balance than we did last week. It was obvious, after about a quarter and a half, it was going to be a hard run day, and we started focusing on some of the RPOs, the RPO game of getting the ball out on the perimeter, which averaged 12 yards every time we did it. We missed a couple shots downfield I wish we had back. And for me, offensively, if you have 468 yards and there's only 17 points in regulation, you're not doing very well in red zone and third down, and that's what the numbers say. So we need to pick that back up. Dan, I'll let you finish there.
A question about the balance. Was there a reason you couldn't get them from, just totally selling out to stop the run? I mean, if a team is determined to do what they're going to do, do you just back with balance?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was 52 passes for 397 yards, 400 yards passing in that game. And I thought T, went to that. He started even in the run game. Instead of just calling designated runs, he tagged the runs with the perimeter game, and Sam made some good decisions. And like I said, it was over 100 yards of RPOs that we had in that game alone. Where I wish we would have been a little bit better. We missed a shot to Velas that could have been a huge play. We had 2 drops downfield that we could have had huge plays on. And then just you get down in that red zone and we go 0 for 3 on 3rd down and we miss a field goal. That's the separation that we needed to kind of separate in that game, especially with our defense playing so well.
Thanks,
Thank you
Ryan.
guys.